Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is your boy, TheGlacierr, and recently I made a video about me playing 1 year of Garen and my results from it. I was giving you guys a bunch of information on how things can help you, and I honestly got a lot of great feedback from the community. People seem to really enjoy that kind of video, so I thought I would do another one, but with Darius. So the whole reason I decided to do this with Darius is because for probably the past year or so of me playing Garen, I have been trying to play different champions all the time. I've been trying to play Aurelia, I've been trying to play Darius, I've been trying to play Alawi, just other kinds of top lane champions that were fun, but I just could not get the hang of these champions just because they required too many hours of practice that I just had way too little of patience for. Plus, I was doing so damn well with Garen all the time. I'm like, why would I switch champions at any point in time? So I decided to try out Darius for at least 2 days, and I wanted to see the results of what happened. And honestly, I am fucking impressed with my results, and I'm going to share them with you guys right now. Today's video is sponsored by Swagbucks, a website where you can fill out surveys during the queue times, champ select, or whenever you have a few minutes to kill. And you actually are going to earn RP from doing so. And if you sign up using my link in the description below, you're going to get a $5 bonus. So go ahead and click on that link down below and get yourself some free RP, boys. Thanks again to Swagbucks. So the first reason of me switching over to Darius, exactly Darius, why I chose him, is because of the problems with Garen. There are countless problems that we all know of, and the biggest reason for me switching to Darius from Garen was the fact that there was zero outplay potential ever with Garen. Everyone already knows what you can do with Garen. Everyone knows you can flash Q, you could spin, shred their armor, you could flash ult someone. Everyone already knows what's coming, so there is pretty much zero outplay potential with that champion. But on the other hand, with Darius, there are countless times I could drop a Q flash, I could apprehend people, I can get 5 stacks on someone and look to reset my ultimate and just shit on everyone in a team fight. So there is a ton of outplay potential with that champion, so that is what attracted him to me. On the other hand too, Darius is actually very similar to Garen. So he has very strong snowball potential, probably some of the hardest I've ever seen in the entire game. Oh my god, if you grab one kill up in the top lane, it is completely over. If you're against a melee matchup of any kind, Darius is going to shit on you 100% of the time. I'm sure everyone watching this video can completely agree with that statement right there. The next thing that's very similar to Garen is they're both very bulky, big playstyle characters, similar abilities, similar playstyles, so it's a natural transition from me to hop from Garen to Darius. Another thing too is that Darius can actually split push like an absolute boss, just like Garen. I don't know if you guys are aware, but one build that I would always go when I'm trying to solo carry a game by split pushing is I would be going a Youmuu's Ghost Blade into a Trinity Force, Sterak's Gage, and a Titanic Hydra. And that exact setup is actually 10 times better on Darius. Darius can make much better use of that Titanic Hydra, especially with his W reset. He can grab 3 stacks instantly with the Titanic Hydra, making it for a real nasty build. Also, him having the chance to proc Sterak's Gage, him having all that extra HP is giving him time to use his Q to heal up, use his E to stall out time, and get 5 stacks so that he can nuke people with his ultimate. So honestly, I just like that build 10 times more from what I have experienced in the past 48 hours by playing Darius. So after playing Darius for 48 hours straight on a few different accounts, I played in a bunch of different elos ranging from all the way from gold all the way up to low diamond. I was able to get a great sense of what I was supposed to be doing and what I wasn't supposed to be doing. Now, the biggest thing that, again, is very similar to my main champion was controlling the wave. I managed to get a lot of early game kills, a lot of first bloods, a lot of huge snowball potentials, but I found myself in the first couple of games ruining those because I was going against champions that when you push against these certain champions like, I don't know, Nasus with his ultimate, Trundle with his pillar and his movement speed and his slows, Kale, Teemo, all these people that are very difficult to dive, I found myself being so ahead and overly aggressive and overly cocky, pushing them under the tower and not being able to dive them. So I decided that controlling the wave was going to be the best bet for Darius. Because I'm so strong, once I kill you one time, it is absolutely over. So all I have to do is freeze the wave and sit right on top of my creep wave. I can pop flash or ghost whenever you get too close, and you're going to die, and then I can push in the wave, reset it, and repeat the whole process. And that's what I ended up doing the entire 48 hours. This worked so damn well for me. I did it every single time, and I abused the shit out of it. Now, another factor, too, that I learned was that Darius actually has one of the strongest level 1 kill potentials I have ever seen in League of Legends. Now, comment down below if you guys know someone that has a better level 1 all-in potential, but basically, here's how it works, okay? You're going to start, you know, if I was starting Doran's Blade, Longsword, or Corruption Potion, any of those 3. But essentially what you would do against all melee matchups in the top lane is you would start W, and you would immediately look for an all-in. Whether you ran Ignite or not was completely besides the point. If you had Ignite, that would obviously be a lot stronger, but the whole time when you're sitting there and you're auto-Wing, you're resetting your autos, you're getting those 5 stacks, and once you get 5 stacks on Darius, you get this tremendous boost of attack damage. And then after that, they're ticking out from the bleeds, they're ticking out from the Corruption Potion, and every auto attack that's dropping on their head, it's an absolute nightmare for them. And they're going to tick out for probably the next 5 seconds too. So if you get them down to probably 50 HP or so, they're just going to bleed out from your stuff. Even if they have a health potion going and all that stuff too. So like I said, Darius, strongest level 1 kill potential. I abused that every single damn game. It was unbelievable. So one of the downsides of Darius is I quickly realized how immobile Darius was and how he needed to be played. Darius he just felt like in certain times I was so fed that I knew if I got to someone that I could easily just one-shot them. But there was countless times where, you know, you go against like someone like Anivia, you go against someone like Talia, Vigar, people that are just so insanely difficult to get to without a ton of movement speed or gap closers. And I found myself just getting kited out constantly, and there was nothing I could do. So I had to keep resorting to split pushing. But I did end up realizing that he has a specific play style. He's more of a wait for your team to kind of engage, unless you can do the engaging yourself with your apprehend. And be there for the cleanup crew, because once you get that 5 stacks and once you ult a single person, you're going to reset your ultimate and you're going to be able to just pop your 1 stack on anyone on the team, or your 5 stack rather, and nuke every single person. So I found that instead of me trying to engage every single team fight, even though I was fed, I'd just be nice and patient, group with my team, and wait for someone on the enemy team to make a mistake, or just wait for my team to engage, and then I can follow up with whatever combos I want to do. And that was honestly I had the best results doing it that way, as opposed to me trying to, you know, big dick everyone always. One interesting thing too that I had to get used to was I caught myself wasting my ultimate countless times because I didn't have 5 stacks. Now, obviously, this is because I'm a Garen main, and I'm so used to, you know, Garen's ultimate doing like 600, 700 damage, or even more, over like 1,000 damage all the time. The lower HP they were and stuff like that. So I had to really, really get used to that. I had to make sure that I always had 5 stacks before I ulted, because there were countless times I had 4 stacks, or the opponent had, I don't know, a couple hundred HP, and I thought that the ultimate was going to act like an execute. But unfortunately, it just doesn't act like that. You know, it has its own base damage that it does, but it's not enough for you to be executing people without those 5 stacks. So that's another thing that I learned that I had to do. Another hard thing, too, was actually learning to use my E properly. That actually was the biggest challenge for me. You know, as Darius, the first thing you want to do when you get to someone, it just instinctively, is just press E and try and pull them in. But that is one of the worst things you can do, because I found myself, after I E you in and I do my little combo, you know, I still have to get 5 stacks. I may be able to auto WQ you and grab 3 stacks, maybe 4 stacks, but guess what? What happens when you flash away, or what happens when you CC me and walk away? Then how am I supposed to get to you? So I found that trying to be as patient as possible with my E and waiting for the absolute perfect times so that I can manage to always get my Q off on people, that was the best way by far to use my E. And then again, learning to use my Q properly, that was such a big challenge for me too, because you don't get a stack and you don't do any damage to someone with your Q or heal if you hit them with the handle. And that is just that I kept, I don't know, trying to rush my Q, just knowing that your Q does so much damage, and not being patient with it is just one of the worst things that you can do. So I had to make sure that I was equally as patient with my E and my Q. And once you're nice and patient with both those abilities, the sky is the limit. The outplay potential is there. The damage is there. Everything was falling into place. So after these 2 days, I managed to grab a pretty nasty win rate. I think I was somewhere around like a 90% win rate. We had around like a 4.0 KDA. And unfortunately, I would love to show you guys the stats and stuff, but I played on too many accounts like an idiot. I don't know why I did that. I haven't been playing on my main account. I've just been playing on like a bunch of different Smurf accounts, playing on the LAN server and stuff like that. Just kind of getting ready for the new season. And yeah, so those are the stats that I ended up gathering between all the accounts. I played around probably 18 games or 19 games in 2 days. So I'm very proud of these results, and I think that if you guys try a new champion, give it a nice 2 days of playing nothing but that champion, and you're actually going to learn a lot. I'm telling you right now, I learned a whole lot more than I thought I ever would of playing a champion for 2 days straight. Nothing but the champion for 48 hours, playing as many games as I could. 18 games in 2 days is, to me, that's pretty goddamn impressive. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I do feel that Darius is a very easy champion to do well with, to pick him up. But in the end, he's insanely difficult to be good with consistently because of all the factors we previously talked about. So, highly recommend that you guys try Darius, and let me know what you guys thought about the video in the comments down below. Drop a like on the video, sub to the channel if you're new, and thanks for watching, boys. Peace!